Alright, let's get this started. I'm Chipacabra, and I'm going to play a thing. The thing I'm going to play is Clash at Demonhead by Vic Tokai. They're a little natural gas company out of Japan. You probably remember them from games like Criticom and Diggers 2. Actually, you probably remember them from Golgo 13, and if you're some sort of JRPG nerd, you may have played a little game called Laplace's Demon. It's been translated badly several times. And in a moment, we'll get our intro. Here we are. I'm not going to do any funny voices or anything over this, because I can't stand my own voice when I try. So our hero is Billy Big Bang Blitz, fresh off a mission for Saber, which I don't know what that stands for. And his vacation is interrupted when his baseball starts ringing. You can tell he's a spy because he can't use a phone like normal people. His numbers come up again because, in the far-flung future of 1990X, spies are selected by the draft. And that's it. That's all the intro we get. Professor Plum has been kidnapped. Have to go save him. There's a little more information in the Japanese version, but it's, strangely enough, all written in Japanese. I can't read that much Japanese yet. So let's just play this game instead. This is the overmap. This is the world leading up to Demonhead. Each of those orange lines represents a stage. Each of the black dots is a choice of which stage to go to next. We don't have a choice yet, so let's just get started. Right off the bat, they're throwing freaking missiles at me. Fortunately, they're slow missiles. I don't know how that works. But those explosions do hang around, and they will hurt you if you blunder into them, so feel free to laugh at me when I do that many, many times. So one of the things I've always enjoyed about this game since I was a little kid, this is one of the first Nintendo games I ever owned, it's just goofy and weird all the time. It's full of tiny little animations. Whenever Bang gets hit, he flails around and screams in pain. And I'll be honest, that never gets old. For some reason, enemies drop money, and you can tell it's money because it's a dollar sign. In the Japanese version, it's a yen symbol, so they were clearly too lazy to draw money in ending language. If you press start, you get a menu. This is all of the items we have available. You'll notice I've got a lot of zeros and some question marks. I don't have a lot of stuff. Now, this looks like some sort of Metroid game. You're probably guessing I have to go wandering all over that map and actually find these items and power them up and yada yada. Well, that's bullshit. Instead, we just buy them with our huge pile of cash that we see there. And I'll do that a bit later, but right now I don't need any of that junk, so I'm just going to keep going. Here's our first real story event. And it's talking time! I love talking time. I don't even know what it means, but it's just so much fun. Get nice little pictures of Bang and whoever he's talking to. And this fella's just freaky looking. It's a surprise skull of some sort. Anyway, I've got the Royal Medallions of the 7 Governors. 7 sounds like a nice, significant number. We'll keep that in mind. This is Tom Gaikot. I love that name. It's just so mundane for a skull-faced, flying motorcycle death governor something. But we'll find him later on Route 33. Meanwhile, we're stuck just shooting his retarded beanie ball minions. And making Bang scream in pain. Never gets old. See, walking into those explosions does hurt, just like I promised. So from here you can push B and choose which route you want to follow. I don't know why they chose that interface. It's not exactly the most convenient, but it works. Flying short whale something? I don't know. This is from an era of games where things didn't have to make sense. water. Water's a hazard in poor Bang's life. For one thing, just the act of swimming makes his hair come out. Look at that. Just a little bit there just sticking out, not attached to anything. Who knows why. You can tread water indefinitely. Whenever you dunk your head, you're in danger of losing some health. But fortunately, Bang has spy powers. Let him hop across the water, which protects you from the dangers of swimming, but also makes you fling yourself headlong into the enemies, so that's nice. You'll notice down at the bottom, the little power bar has 4 bars, but it doesn't always go down when I get hit. I'll just eat a bullet to the face there to demonstrate. Each bar is actually more than 1 health, and you can't tell when a bar is about to go away until it does. Which occasionally means just stepping into a pool will kill you when you weren't expecting it, but eventually we do get more health, and that's nice. And a heart always fills a full bar. Hopefully you can hear the music alright. The music's pretty catchy, with a minor caveat that every time you change screens, the music restarts. So no matter how much you like the music, you better really like the few opening bars of it. And here's another story sequence. This is a friendly guy. I'm not entirely sure who he is. I think it's explained in the Japanese version. This might be Jake, who we see mentioned later. And, I just love this. No. No. No! Oh, we have some talking time. There's a gold mine over in them thar hills. We can get money for gold nuggets on Route 22. I'm so happy to hear that. No, 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 no. Also never gets old. And there's a welcome mat here. Let's see what happens. Hey, it's a shop symbol. This is the super shop. We're always welcome here. So, all of that Metroid-style running around and looking for stuff, funk dat. It's all available here, sometimes. For reasons unknown to mortal man, he doesn't offer everything all the time. Up here at the top row we have our weapons and defenses. This is the crystalline barrier, which I'm not entirely sure how GC stands for that, but that's just a force field that protects you from damage for a few moments. This is Rolling Star. It's a boomerang. It's a pain in the ass to use, but it's useful in a few places. Powerball, probably the most underrated item in the game. I've seen a lot of people hate it, and it is pretty useless for just running around, but for a few boss fights, it's really helpful. Thundershot. Somehow BS stands for Thundershot. Yep, it's got tremendous power. It's our Uber gun. We'll like it. This is a call thing. It lets us summon the shop from anywhere in the game, even inside a building. It's great. Boots let us jump higher and run faster, which would be awesome, except for this item right next to it, the jetpack. I don't need to tell you, jetpacks are awesome. And there's just a huge convenience. There's a lot of levels with fancy jumping maneuvers that are required, or you can just slap on a jetpack and fly over it all. There's an aqua lung, lets you swim underwater without taking damage. I'm gonna grab one of those at the moment. This is a recorder. It just takes our password. I'm never gonna need any of those because I've got save states. And we've got food. I'm actually all full up on food from the start of the game, but 1 can of food restores 1 bar of health. Doesn't seem like a lot, but you never actually get all that much health, and every bar helps. This is Dyna Punch, which is some sort of mystic Gatorade. It's full of electrolytes, which the Force craves. This here is the Super Suit. It reduces the damage you take while you're wearing it, and it also protects you from lava, which will be very handy in the future. But for now, we're done. He wants to buy back the stuff that I don't need, but since the only way to get items is to buy them from him in the first place, if I didn't need it, why did I buy it in the first place?